here at Vanderbilt men's golf head coach Scott Limbaugh. Coach, you're going into year 13 here at Vanderbilt. Excited for 2024-25 season coming up here. Just what are you looking forward to this season, and just how has practice been going as you prepare for the year?
Yeah, 13 years. I'm older than I've ever been, Chris. So hard to believe we've been here this long, but having the time of our lives, just enjoying a new journey with a new group of guys. We've just been in full training mode. So I think we try to always use the first few weeks to expect somebody to be a Vanderbilt golfer. You got to teach them what that means rather than just expecting them to be that. So that's when we talk about training, is trying to help them understand what that means.
And just tell us a little bit just about the roster. It's a little bit different from years past. Here you've got a healthy mix of veterans coming back, and you also have a good mix of underclassmen coming in this season that should be accounted on to be in the lineup this year. Just tell us a little about that. Everybody knows, you've got Gordon Sargent coming back, Jackson Van Paris, Wells Williams, but also, you've got some freshmen coming in, Ryan Downs, Bowen Ballas, and also some returnings coming in, like Rowan Sullivan, who redshirted last year. You've got Ben Loomis, John Broderick. I think I named them all there. Sorry if I missed anybody, but just a good, healthy mix of veterans and new, underclassmen. Just tell us a little bit about the roster this season.
Yes, super excited. Yeah, you definitely mentioned them, but I think just seeing Wells Williams' growth, and I think what he's bringing to the table early on, the consistency he's showing up with, we're really excited about that. And I think anytime there's new opportunity, that automatically just brings a whole new level of energy to the entire building. And so we're super excited to kind of see who is going to step up. And I think it's about reliability. That's what I've been preaching. You're always teaching habits, but what are you doing to make yourself reliable come April and May? And I think that's what each kid's got to understand. As those upperclassmen you think of and you speak of, they're wanting to see who's going to do the right things and beginning to form the right habits that they're going to be reliable when we got to have them. And we're definitely seeing some different guys step up, and there's a lot of growth for all of us. I got to be a better coach, serve these guys well. We all got to enjoy our journey, but we all got to be accountable to the big picture.
These young guys are definitely learning from a good set of veterans here. Gordon Sargent, Jackson Van Paris, Wells Williams. They've been around the block more than enough times. They know what it feels like to play high-level collegiate golf. One of those guys in particular, Gordon Sargent, decided to come back for his senior season here at Vanderbilt. Felt like there was still some things that he could do here at Vanderbilt, wants to do at Vanderbilt, and also felt that Vanderbilt was the place for him to be to really properly grow his game and to get the most out of the training here. He felt like it was with you and your staff here. So just what does that mean to hear getting the world's top amateur player back up, and just how great is it for the program to just, have him feel like this is the place that's going to help me get to my maximum potential?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about, I've mentioned this before, but just who he is and kind of who his family is. And I think we have something special here, and it's something these guys really enjoy. It's the best time of your life. And I think anytime you get to do things with other people is a lot more rewarding than doing them by yourself. And that's why he chose to come back, because doing these things, being in a new building, these are things, you can't get that back. It doesn't matter how many times you went on tour. None of that matters. Like doing things here with other people it's just so much more rewarding than when you're out there by yourself. Like that's what you get to do all the time in golf. This time of college golf is so sacred. And then, I think it's an honor, and it's one that me and Coach Cody and Coach Edwards certainly relish, is how we're going to make him better. And because he wouldn't have come back if he didn't think there was improvement to be had. And it's our job to make sure that environment is where it needs to be to help him have that growth.
Had a lot of golfers go out on the amateur circuit this summer. Had a lot of top tier performances this summer. You had Jackson and Gordon representing the U.S. at the Palmer Cup. You had Four Doors at the U.S. Amateur. You had Chase Nevins win a couple of amateur tournaments in the Porter Cup and the Palmetto Amateur. And you also had incoming freshmen Ryan Downs and Bowen Ballas had strong performances at the U.S. Junior Am. So how does all this summer success going to translate into success this season for the Doors?
Yeah, I think it's just experiences. Just like in life, you have experiences, good or bad. You learn from them, you move forward. You hope, you learn from your failures as much as you do as your successes, right? And so I think for us that it was great to see guys step up, this summer, and it shows us the kind of talent we had and we have. But I think Ryan Downs has really come in, and he's just so teachable and so coachable. Just has such a cool spirit about him that's been a lot of fun, and Bowen as well, just speaking of the two freshmen, and obviously Chase has taken a huge step forward, but we got other guys too, and so once again, you got to be coachable, you got to be teachable, and you got to be in the deep end with Vanderbilt Golf. If you're not in the deep end with Vanderbilt Golf, you're not going to play here. And that's not really a threat. That's just the way it's going to work out. Like we're built for team. We're built for helping these guys improve and enjoy it, but we're also built for accountability. And so I think that's our job, is to really kind of put that mirror in front of them to figure out what the character is beneath that surface that's on the outside. That's what we're constantly trying to do every day.
Tell us a little bit about this 2024-25 schedule. You're going to some familiar places like the Ben Hogan and the Cabo Collegiate, and also hosting the Mason Rudolph, the final season of the regular season here. The final week of the regular season here. But then you're also going to some newer tournaments for you guys. Guys are making a return to the Inverness here this weekend, and then you're also playing in the Golf Club of Georgia Collegiate Invitational towards the end of October. So just tell us a little bit, like, what was the thought process of putting this schedule together, and then how is it going to help you all prepare to make a championship run?
I mean, our thought process is to try to play against the best competition every week. Wherever that competition is, that's where we want to be. I mean, I think the way PGA Tour U worked out last year with our guys, and certainly the way they performed, but our schedule allowed them, if they played well in that, they were going to get rewarded for that. And that's what we want to do. We recruit in that manner. We talk about it. We want to play against the best. That's the way you get the best picture of who you are, is to play against other great teams with great players. And so that's what Gordon Sargent and Jackson Van Paris want to do, and wherever that is. But we do think about it like, you want to get in some uncomfortable grasses. I don't want to do the same things every year where everybody's really comfortable. Like, we're training. Like, the fall is training season, so we want to be as uncomfortable as possible and figure out who's going to respond in those moments.
Vanderbilt's been on one of the most impressive runs throughout all collegiate golf here recently. You've made 10 straight NCAA championships. What does this team this year need to do to make an 11th and get the match play and make a run at the program's first national championship as a team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to stay the course. I think what we do and the way we do it, it's proven to have a track record of success, but you don't rest there. I think it's just always about improving, always about finding new ways to coach, new ways to improve. And then it's about, our leader's going to step up, our youngster's going to step up, who's going to be dependable. And I think that's really what has to happen. If not, we'll just be another pretty good team. The difference in good and great is accountability and care level. And I think that's the challenge, right? And we've got a lot of guys that have never played before. So who's gonna embrace that and say, I am that person that can be depended on? And quite frankly, it's energized me and our coaching staff. We're pumped to see who's gonna kind of take that ownership.
Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck this season. You can follow along with Vanderbilt Golf throughout the year at vucommodores.com or on social media at VandyMen'sGolf. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Yep, thank you.